In this video, I'm going to give you a quick introduction to Google Calendar. So my advice would be when you come in the morning, open up your Gmail and then click on here and go to your calendar, and this will open up in a separate tab for you. Probably the first thing you want to look at is up here, and that's you can change the way that you view this. You can have it by day, by week, by month, by 4 days. The other one is agenda. So you'll notice here you've got lots of your different events all showing on one list, which matches up to what you have in a month. On here you'll notice there are different events in different colours. These actually link up with different calendars that you might be attached to. So this is my own personal calendar. This is the one that's set up by the school, which will be updated by the school centrally for any events that are happening for everybody. The birthday one, this one is for the department, and this one is the English College Sports. And you can view or hide these. So if I click on this one here, you will notice the pink ones disappear. And I can show them again just by clicking. Probably the next most useful thing you want to be able to do is add on events. So let's add an event for today. Click once, type in what it is, you can create the event, and it's that simple, and it will show up. And this is purple because it's on my own personal calendar. Now you might want to add some more details to that. Click again, click edit event. So it might be you want to change the time, it might be that you want to have this repeated. So maybe you're on duty. So if I click on repeat, so it might be that you want to repeat every 1 week. You've got the days of the week there that you can repeat it on, what date you start on, how many it ends on. So if I want to do repeat every Thursday, so every Sunday, and end on, let's say we'll go to July at the end of the year 2016. Okay, and that just gives you a summary, and you click done, and that will add it then. You can also add guests. So if you wanted to have more people join to this, could be that maybe you have your department meeting and you want to add all the other members of your department. You can write a description in there. Might be useful as well to add an attachment. So if it was a department meeting, you might want to add the agenda for the meeting. You can change the colour, the events. Probably you might not necessarily want to use these all that much. And if I click save, it will add that on there. And you'll see what's happened here is it's added it every week for me because that's what I requested for it to do. It's also possible to edit a series of events if you have one. To edit it, just click into it, click edit event, and you can change whatever you want on there. One of the things you might want to do is set a time. So for example, if it was that you're on duty, duty obviously doesn't last all day, so I'm going to change that and I'm going to give it a time. So let's say from 12:30 to 1. I've still got my repeat on, I'm leaving that, and then I can save that. And it's going to ask whether it's just this one particular event all from here on in, or is it all of them. Let's say it's from here, it's all of them that are going to change, just like all events. And then that will change. You can see it looks slightly different because it's at just 1 point. Now, it might be that if you're like me, a bit forgetful, it's useful to have a reminder come up. So again, I'm going to enter this and edit it. And if you scroll down here, it will say notifications, and I'm going to leave it at pop-up. You can get an email notification, or you can have a pop-up that pops up on your screen to remind you. And this is how many minutes prior to that you wanted to go off. So I might want it 5 minutes before it. You can actually have another one as well. You could have it maybe send you an email as well, maybe 10 minutes before it, and maybe you want a 2-minute warning as well. And then back up, click save. I'm going to apply that to all events so that I get a reminder every week. And then you'll get a pop-up box that will appear for you. If something happens, so for example, maybe a plan has changed and you want to get rid of all of these, you can click and you can click delete. And you can do this either for a full series or just one event. I'm going to just delete all of these. It's also possible to create calendars for specific groups of people. In order to do that, if you just click on here, create a new calendar. So you might want to do this maybe for your department, or maybe if you're arranging a trip and you want to have all the dates on a calendar.
Right, so you've got some different options here, different settings that you can change. I'm going to leave all those the same, but I do want to share this with others. Now, you can make this calendar public, which is you probably don't want to do, because if anything is going to be for the whole school, it's probably going to go on the academic calendar, in which case you need to contact John and let him know the event. What you might want to do is share with specific people. So just to give you an example, I'll just put some of my other email addresses on there. Okay, so you can see there are now 3 people who are members of this calendar. If you've added somebody in error, you can just remove them by clicking that little trash can there. Once you're done, click Create Calendar. And that will, once it's done, create a new calendar along here for you. So there it is there, giving it that sort of pinky colour. You can change the settings on it, just click here. You can change the colour if you want to. So for example, maybe I want it to be pink. You can also add events on that calendar. 2 ways of doing it, probably more, but these are 2 ways that you can do it. You can create it here, or as you might often want to do, you might just want to click the calendar. So if I just put something on there for Thursday morning meeting. Now it says here calendar, Claire Broderick. I don't want it to be on my personal calendar, so I'm going to go down and I'm going to put it on test, which was the one that I just created. And I'm going to click create event, and you'll see it matches the same colour, it matches up. And you can do exactly as you've done before. You can edit it, click in there. You might want to give it maybe a time and give it a different colour if you want to. And that will allow you to have a calendar which is then shared with anybody else who you've added to that calendar.